The rumors are true. What they've been saying about me. I have to come clean. I, Laci Green, am a feminist. I'm a feminist because girls are taught in public school that once she has sex, she'll lose a part of herself. Because women who have a lot of sex are sluts while guys are studs. Amanda Todd, Felicia Garcia, Charisse Morales, because of the sexism that drove them to end their lives. I'm a feminist because I was told the first time I had sex would be painful and bloody. I was terrified.
Bring ambulance.
Because 1 in 4 young women is assaulted and society still asks, what was she wearing?
Get down, boy. Get down.
Because of catcalling and street harassment, because no, it is not a f***ing compliment.
Do you have any grievances coming up here?
Of course I have grievances.
So state your grievances, please.
That all men sexually harass women.
So you're saying, so you're generalizing that all men sexually harass women. What do you define as harassment?
Well, there's a kind of a broad spectrum.
I'm a feminist because my first boyfriend sexually assaulted me, and when I went to my friends for help, they called me a slut. Because when I speak at universities about the absolute necessity of consent, there are people in the audience who laugh. Because boobs are used to sell everything from burgers to soap, but don't you dare breastfeed out in the open.
Dude, put that thing away. They're like children here.
Because this shocks and terrifies people. I'm a feminist because of how much pressure we put on girls to value their appearance above everything else.
Just woke up. Still cute though.
I'm a feminist because male orgasm in the movies is rated PG-13, while female orgasm is rated R.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I'm a feminist because in 2013 there were over 700 bills proposed to regulate a woman's body. And for men, the rightful number, 0.
Thanks, Obama.
I'm a feminist because jobs!
Want to know how every company in America can save 23% on their employee wages? Simple. Just hire women.
And let's not forget that sneaky little pay gap.
According to the Washington Post, the 77% figure that the White House states comes from raw wage data that looks only at the annual salary of all men and compares it to the annual salary of all women, regardless of job type or hours worked.
That's like a fancy-ass house.
It's like taking the average salary of a cashier at Ralph Lauren, adding in the CEO's salary of $66.7 million, and then saying that the average employee at their flagship store makes $1,612 per hour.
A truckload of chocolate bars.
A study commissioned by the U.S. Department of Labor found that when all relevant variables are accounted for, the pay gap shrinks to about 93 to 95%.
And hell, I'm not even surprised by it. At my first job, I learned that my less qualified male coworker was making almost twice as much as me.
Even a study by the American Association of University Women found that when you control for all the same variables, they found that the wage gap corresponds to the U.S. Department of Labor numbers, even though they decided to go with the lower figure of 93%. 1/3 of the pay gap cannot be explained. 1/3 of the original gap of 23% is still there. So in other words, 33% of 23%. That's a real shitty way of saying the number 7.
I'm a feminist because the media told me that women are my competition, destroying my friendships with them for almost 20 years.
That's so very, very sad.
Because gender roles! I'm a feminist because in 10th grade someone called my best friend a pussy and it tore him up for weeks. And I realized the worst insult was to be compared to a woman. Because boys are shamed for being emotionally open, because that's a girl thing. And womanhood is weak. Weak! Never mind the fact that it was most likely
Retard alert!
most likely a woman who pushed your body out of her vagina. I'm a feminist because my father never once did the laundry, made dinner, or cleaned the house. When I suggested he help, my grandpa told me I was out of my damn mind. Most of all, I'm a feminist because I believe in gender equality. My eyes are open. My mind is active. I know we're not there yet.